Drake has stooped to an all-time low by suing Universal Music Group. Drake has taken the Kendrick Lamar beef from the court of public opinion to actual court. This week, Drake's attorneys made a pair of legal filings that state their intent is to find out if Universal Music Group, the parent company of his label Republic Records, sought to officially boost Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us disc by paying Spotify and iHeartRadio. The filings also allege that the information and belief that the bots and other forms of payola were used to inflate streams, and that Universal was complicit in defamation by supporting a song that accused him of being a certified you-know-what. Universal Music jumped on it immediately and took to TMZ and stated that Universal Music Group would never do anything to undermine any of its artists, and that it is offensive and untrue, that fans chose the music they wanted to hear, which we know that was Not Like Us. And they also stated that in the past 24 hours, many have wondered what Drake seeks to achieve with his petitions. Some have speculated that he's seeking to leverage Universal for information allowing him to potentially sue for a breach of contract and get out of his deal. Others say he's simply trying to put a stain on Not Like Us, his success, to push back on the popular sentiment that he lost the great rap war, which we know rap beefs, rap battles have been going on forever. And this is what it is. And that's why some of them are saying that he's just whining, and others are stating that he's just trying to get out of his deal. According to Rolling Stone magazine, they spoke to some other entertainment lawyers who requested to remain anonymous for their insight on the filings. And all three of them were equally unsure what Drake's end game is, and he called it more of him whining than anything else. And he said it could be a part of his play to get out of his Universal Music Group contract. He said, but he doesn't really understand how that would create leverage to cancel the recording contract that he has with Universal. He said Drake may be set to argue that Universal breached his contract. That would essentially be saying that Universal would be obligated not to market Kendrick's song because Drake finds the content of the song undermining. And if the shoes were on the other foot, do you think Drake would stand for that? Do we? No. Because y'all both are under Universal Music Group. When y'all did the Clash of the Titans, what if Universal would have pushed yours, or what, and did they use bots? What if they would have did the same, but the coin was on the other side? How would he take it? And the lawyer went on to say, I don't know exactly what Drake thinks he would be able to leverage if that's the move. He said, there is no end game that offsets the self-sabotage of these filings. No amount of money in the world is worth the reputational harm that Drake is causing to himself by filing these suits. In specific instance, Drake would be fighting Universal Music Group's participation in airing a diss song that accused Drake of being a certified you-know-what. In the second document, Drake's representation states before it approved the release of the song, Universal Music Group knew that the song itself, as well as its accompanying album, art, and music video, attacked Drake's character. All three agreed that the payola and bots are rampant in the industry, but it would be difficult to prove. He also says he feels like it would be difficult for anyone at iHeartRadio to be ordered to be disposed without a lawsuit first being filed. He said they would need to provide a paper trail showing money or gifts exchanging hands, specifically for Not Like Us. All three of these lawyers agreed that if Universal Music Group was compelled to provide documentation of artificial streaming, their reveal could blow back on Drake. It's likely that a lot of artists, Drake included, have benefited from streaming bots without their knowledge. These lawyers also noted that payola disrupts the streaming royalty payout system in a way that is harmful and deceptive, in particular independent artists, but ultimately feels like these aren't the parties that should be having this argument, And this isn't the forum for these people to be doing it. This is a rap battle gone wrong. He said, if anything, artists who aren't Kendrick Lamar and Drake lost because so much of the conversation was geared toward the two of them and not spent in other ways. He said everybody gets a chance to respond. Universal already responded to the initial petition, but may have more to say about the second filing. He said, I think that it is in everyone's best interest that this does not move forward. And the fact that it happened at all, undeniably, is going to damage Drake's reputation even more than he has experienced over his last 12 months. He said, I don't think the average consumer is going to say, oh, Kendrick paid for bots, therefore Drake actually won. No, they won't say that because this battle was big. You take your L, you move forward. You don't get yourself all bent out of shape with it because it's going to go, it's going to come. Yeah, you'll go down in history as the biggest body that Kendrick put in the graveyard, but no big deal. It happens to the best of the best. Sometimes you get bodied. This is a part of hip-hop. Like I said in my last video, this is what our culture is about. It's just playing the dozens. You're playing the dozens. Some of it is factual. Some of it is fake. But we're just playing the dozens at the end of the day. So when you're getting into these bags like Drake is into, it could get real, real serious. And that's why even also Funk Flex, he took to his social media and said he agrees with Drake 100% that the pay-to-play thing is going on and it needs to be stopped. But pay-to-play been around forever and people have been doing it. So that's one thing for Funk Flex to say that out of his mouth about the pay-to-play thing, but it goes on, right? And who does it affect the most? It affects the up-and-coming independent artists. It doesn't affect the ones that's already at the top of their game, got the millions of fans, getting to the bag. It doesn't affect them when it comes to pay to play. It only affects the little man that wants to be that superstar because he can't pay to play. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star child, I never see the sunshine like this. I never